Nagaland is a renowned pristine landscape. The geography of Nagaland creates a diverse range of ecosystems and supports a wide range of flora and fauna. Nagaland receives high rainfall, which supports the growth of lush forest, and the mild temperature, with moderate winters and warm summers, favor the growth of broadleaf forest. The floral vegetation and fauna elements represent the transition zone of Indian, Indo-Malayan, and Indo-Chinese biogeographic regions.
As per the latest report published by the Forest Survey of India, Nagaland has 73.72% of its geographical area under the forest and vegetation cover. In Nagaland, we have plain areas like Dimapur, Tijin, Tuli, and snow-capped Saramati, all those things. So there is a wide variety of what you call climatic condition. We have from the tropical evergreen to the alpine forest. This country has two hot spots as far as the biological diversity is concerned. One is Indo-Myanmar region and second is the Western Ghats. Nagaland is falling under Indo-Myanmar hot spot for the biological diversity. So besides that, we have good forest cover more than the national average. Our area is also crucial from the perspective of genetic resources are concerned. As far as the wildlife is concerned, in Nagaland we have one national park, which is in Tanki National Park, and we have three wildlife sanctuaries. One is Singfang Wildlife Sanctuary, one is Pakim Wildlife Sanctuary, and one is Pulebaze Wildlife Sanctuary. The importance of the wildlife in Nagaland can be gauged from the fact that now Nagaland is known as the world capital of Amur Falcon. For past many years, Amur Falcon has been hogging the limelight nationally and internationally as Nagaland falls in their flyway. We are also home to the great Indian hornbill. We have Tragopan, which is widely found. That way, Nagaland is richly endowed with the diversity of flora and fauna.
Nagaland has a unique system of land and forest ownership. Land is owned either by the village community as a whole or by a clan within the village or by individuals. As such, many villages have set aside forest areas for conservation, which showcases a successful community participation.
What makes it special is that the genetic biodiversity. We have much more genetic diversity than the rest of the country. And there is a favorable condition like we have high rainfall, we have temperature range between 3-4 degree to 43-44. Then we have different elevations. So as a result, it becomes home to a plethora of this thing. This is one area which makes Nagaland distinct from the other regions in the country also. Regarding wildlife, as you know that there is Article 371A in Nagaland, which has wasted the land and resources with the people. So the large chunk of the area of the forest, which is close to 96% of the total forest cover in Nagaland, is in hand of people and the community. So as a result, the biggest issue was the wildlife conservation, how to go ahead. Here I am happy to let you know that many organizations which have been born out of people's participation, the general public has taken initiative, village community have taken initiative, civil society. So they have gone from village to village, convinced people. Many villages in Nagaland, they have set aside certain forest areas as a result. That way, the community participation in conservation, Nagaland is the pioneer in there. This is one aspect of Nagaland which makes it entirely different vis-a-vis wildlife conservation is concerned.
Forests are critically important for both the environment and human well-being. A thriving biodiversity is vital for maintaining a balanced and healthy ecosystem. Therefore, conserving forests is not only crucial for protecting wildlife but also for preserving the ecological services that sustain life. In Nagaland, conservation scene is an active collaboration between the Forest Department and the community.
Less than 4% of the forest lies in the hands of the government. That forest is essentially protected area. Protected area is in form of national park, which is in Tanki National Park, and we have 3 wildlife sanctuaries. Now, good number of villages they have set aside their forest area. A tentative estimate is that approximately 600 plus villages they have reserved the area for conservation, which is normally understood as community conserved area. They have their own set of the rules. They engage the volunteers from the village community also. Everyone is involved. They have don'ts and do's how to manage that area in case of hunting, what shall be the punishment, in case of repeated violation, what shall be this thing. So all those provisions they are making and they carry out very diligently and sincerely. I have personally seen the operation of few such community conserved areas and their performance is perfectly laudable. Besides that, there are close to 200 proposals which we had received in last 10-15 years where the villages themselves have made a proposal to government about their willingness to set aside certain area as a reserve, which is known as community reserve. Now this area was surveyed, then notified under Wildlife Protection Act 1972, which was amended later on, and then certain financial assistance were passed on to them with the help of Government of India. So as such, the exact figure is 197 as on 31st March 2025. These are the community reserves. It is an outcome of people participation. We have plethora of schemes. Couple of schemes are under the state plan where the state government is funding, and many schemes under the wildlife are funded by Government of India through Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. Besides that, we have 2 externally aided projects in Nagaland. So now I will talk about the schemes which are funded by the ministry. They are Nagar 1. Nagar 1 is urban forest. The concept is that every township where the urban congregation of people are there should have some space where people can go walk, a kind of nature trail, a kind of lung to the town area, all those things. So Government of India had come with this project, I believe 3 years back. By now, we have covered most of the town in Nagaland with this Nagar 1. Many places has become a major attraction because people go to this Nagar 1 for their regular morning walk, evening walk, and there are some recreational centers also have come up this thing in Nagar 1. Under the wildlife, there is scheme integrated development of wildlife habitat. In that scheme, we handle the roosting of Amur falcon. We have engaged people in the conservation, protection. In fact, earlier the people who had been engaged in the hunting of Amur falcon, they themselves have come on their own and now they are offering their services for the conservation. This is a U-turn in the whole this thing. Other is the human-animal conflict. In Vokha, Mokokchung, elephant entering the paddy field, destroying the houses. Unfortunately, sometimes we also lose human lives. So these are the things we are handling this thing. Now coming to externally aided project, the main project is funded by JICA, Japan International Cooperation Agency. The name of the project in Nagaland is Nagaland Forest Management Project. This is a 10-year project started on 1st April 2017. In this project, we aim to cover 185 villages in 4 batches. So far, we have covered 144 villages. 41 villages will be covered in the last phase. The target in this project was close to 79,000 hectare of the area, which we are expected to do the forestry interventions. Out of this 79,000 hectare, we have already done the intervention in 44,000 hectare. Each village in this project has been given money under entry point activity. Entry point activity is that activity which is decided by the people of that village. It can be any activity. It can be a walkway, It can be renovation of some school building, village council building, erecting the welcome gates. Besides that, we also have a component of the water harvesting structure. But in many places in Nagaland, under this Jal Jeevan mission, this project has also reached to the many villages. So, if in any such villages which we have identified, they are already covered under the Jal Jeevan mission, then we allow these people, the committee of these villages, to use this money and go for any other engagement. In both activities, like in 3 point activity, in water harvesting structure, there is a provision of 3 lakh to be given to the Joint Forest Management Committee. But when water harvesting structure is not done and some other activities approved, it becomes a corpus of 6 lakh. Then I have seen in many villages, people themselves have contributed in form of the free labor and all those things. And they have accomplished the task of, something 10 lakhs, 11 lakh, 12 lakh. Not only that, many other allied departments, they are showing interest, they are converging with us. So it offers a proper platform for the converging. Suppose the soil and moisture conservation department is doing something in our forestry intervention area, it helps us. Besides all this forestry intervention and entry point activities, an important pillar of this project is also the livelihood security program. Under this, the self-help groups have been engaged. Every village, we are engaging 3 self-help groups. And you will be happy to note that in this self-help group, only females are the members. So, in the whole project, 555 number of self-help group are to be covered. So far, we have covered 429 self-help groups. We have been maintaining data that under this project so far, we have generated 20 lakhs person days of the employment at the village level. The 44,000 hectare of the plantations which we have taken up, we have planted close to 95 lakhs saplings. Now, livelihood security, forest intervention, besides that, there was also a component of infrastructure strengthening. You know that in our state, in the interiors, the infrastructure available with the government is not up to mark. So, in this program, 68 number of the buildings have come up, and the outcome of this project is that in self-help group, these people, they have come up with the many products which are being sold in the market. I would like to quote the case of Voca. They are being given a brand name which is known as Freshly Voca. A proper outlet has been established in Voca where all the self-help groups, they are coming, they are putting up their products for the sale. On similar lines, even in Mokokchung, a brand is created, Delightful Mokokchung. So you see what is happening, though this is a forestry project, but it is leading to women empowerment. It is creating jobs at the field level. We encourage only the local species. In this whole project, more than 100 local species have been taken up for the plantation. Besides this JICA project, there is another project which is externally funded, which is the biodiversity conservation by KFW. KFW is a German agency. This project is being handled by State Biodiversity Board. There are 2 stakeholders in this project. One is Forest Department, one is the NEPED. Altogether, 70 clusters are to be covered, 35 by the Forest Department and 35 by the NEPED. The main focus is the biodiversity conservation and the engagement of the community in the conservation. For the JICA project, which is Nagaland Forest Management Project, recently we have done the midterm evaluation. We have commissioned midterm evaluation study, and the report is submitted to government and also to the JICA. Now, this report clearly says that there is a perceptible change as far as the empowerment is concerned. The role of ladies and women in the decision making is concerned. There is a attitudinal changes toward the forestry. People see that in the village there is a generation of the employment. Through the self-help group, they are being provided an opportunity to sell the products. So skill upgradation programs are also being conducted. So I believe JICA funded Nagaland Forest Management Project and KFW project on the biodiversity. the impact on the field at times I believe has surpassed our expectations also. There are reports that the area which has been deprived of any wildlife, they are coming back. As far as the other projects concerned, in the wildlife, Amur Falcon, the way Nagaland is hogging the limelight, this is the testimony of our involvement and involvement of the people, and I believe it has been a successful model where we have engaged those people who had been earlier not for the conservation, but now they are the hardcore conservation.
Despite all the inspiring efforts and successful testimonies, Nagaland's forest still faces its own set of environmental challenges. This is a conscious encouragement to every member of the community to join the conservation drive of safeguarding Nagaland's finest biome. Let us all strive to be responsible green guardians.
Please like and subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell for the latest contents. Also, follow us on all our social media handles.